Hi, we're working with Sham's outlines today, the college algebra book. I've listed the ISBNs and we will be on page 18. I'm working on problem page 18, problem 2.7. D. And what we want to do is find the product of the algebraic expressions. So we're going to multiply our expressions together. Our expressions are x squared minus 3xy plus y squared multiplied by 4xy squared. Our first step is going to be to distribute. And it helps me to rewrite these things with the first or the smallest expression in the very front. So I'm going to take this expression and bring it to the front, and then this expression and bring it to the back. That's how I want my expressions to look. It's easier for me to visualize my distributing. So I'm going to distribute my small expression onto each of the pieces of my big expression. There we go. My first one, my green one, I have 4xy squared times x squared. So I'll write 4xy squared times x squared. And then I'll get 4xy squared times negative 3xy. I want to take the whole thing too, like even the sign matters. So 4 xy squared times negative 3xy. And then I have 4xy squared times positive y squared. 4xy squared times positive y squared. We can only put things together that are the same. So we can put numbers with numbers, and letters with letters. And when we put together letters, they have to be the same letter. So here I have 4xy squared times x squared. If you don't have a number in front of your letter, I would suggest putting a imaginary 1 in front. So we have 4 times 1 equals, that looks like a 9. 4 times 1 equals 4. So for my numbers part, I get 4. Now for my x's, I have x. And if I don't have anything on the little powers portion, I put an imaginary 1. So I have x to the 1 times x to the 2. And when we multiply exponent letters like this, we keep the letter, but then we add the numbers. 1 plus 2 equals 3. So I have x to the 3. And then I don't have anything to do with my y squared because there's no other green y. So I'm going to go y squared. For our orange operation, I'm going to move this over. I'm not going to delete it. I used to hate whenever, I'm not trying to move the y. I used to hate whenever my teacher was explaining something and then would just delete the whole thing out. Okay. Orange, we've got 4 times negative 3. And that gives me negative 12. So here we have minus 12. And then we have x. Remember, put a little imaginary 1 if you don't have it. X to the 1 times x to the 1. So this will be x to the 1 times x to the 1. I'm going to keep the x and I'm going to add my little numbers together. 1 plus 1 equals 2. So I get x to the 2, or x squared. And then for my y's, I have y squared times y, and I'm going to place an imaginary 1, times y to the 1. I keep the y, and then I add 2 plus 1 gives me 3. So I get y to the 3rd. Okay. Then for my yellow expressions, I have 4 times positive y squared. And remember, I can add my little imaginary 1 in here. Let me rewrite that. Positive 1 y squared. That's my imaginary 1 right there. So 4 times plus 1. 4 times plus 1 gives me positive 4. So I get plus 4. And then I have x by itself and nothing else as a yellow x. So I'm going to leave it alone. So I just get x. And then for the y's, I have y squared times y squared. Y squared times y squared. I keep the y. And then I add my little numbers together. 2 plus 2 equals 4. So I get y to the fourth. That's my answer. Oops. And as always, guys, thank you for watching my channel. Send me problems that you might want for me to work out for you on here. I would be more than glad to. You have a very good day.